The purpose of this video is exercise 4-40-1. Now, to do this one, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than you may think to do it initially, where I'm just going to go ahead and create a block, and that block is going to serve as my base feature. Then I'll go in and I'll begin to put in the other features of the object using some of the pick and place features that I have in Creo. So to start this, I'm going to click on the front plane and then I'll click on Sketch. Now, it's always important to remember when you turn on your grid that it is a 30 by 30 grid. So we're going to want to zoom in a good bit here. That way we can actually utilize the space that we have. But also, since I'm doing a very simple block, it's not going to matter because I only have 2 dimensions that I need to worry about. And again, I want to turn on my closed loop indicator and my open end indicator so that I know when it's okay for me to extrude and not extrude. And I'm going to start this by just doing a simple rectangle. The overall length for the rectangle is going to be 6. The overall height for the rectangle is going to be 2.75. That is all that I really want to place into this sketch, because I know that everything else on here can pretty much be done with pick and place features, minus the cutout on top. So I'll go ahead and finish this sketch, and now I'm going to orbit this slightly so that I can see what's happening as I extrude. Once I click on extrude, I'm going to set this up to go 3.5, and I'm going to orbit it just to make sure that everything looks correct, and that looks good, so I'll go ahead and accept that. The next thing I'm going to do is put on the 2 cutouts on this edge and this edge, and to do those I'm going to use the chamfer command, which is right here. It's called edge chamfer, and in both of these situations I'm going to need to use the D1 by D2 chamfer. So first I'm going to click on this edge right here, and now it doesn't really give me a clear indication of which edge is which, so I'm going to change this one first, and if it doesn't apply it to the right edge, then I'll go ahead and switch the numbers out. So the first thing we need to do is take 6 minus 2.5, and we come up with 3.5 for the top edge. Okay, and that went in the correct direction, so I know that I can move on. For the second distance, I need to take 2.75 minus 1, and I'll get the 1.75 that particular edge chamfer needs to be, and click on the checkbox. Now I have the top groove cut out of this. Now I can put the chamfer on this edge. So I'll go back to edge chamfer, and again I want D1 by D2. This is the edge that I plan on applying the chamfer to. Now it already has a 1.75 in here, but that's not accurate. The distance that I need is 6 minus 4, so I can either type in 6 minus 4, or I can type in the 2 inches that I actually need for this particular part. The other distance that I need is going to be 3.5 minus 1.75. And that's going to give me the edge chamfer for this side, so I can hit the checkbox, and now I've got the 2 cutouts over here and up here. The next thing that I'm going to do is orbit this thing around to the back and do a new sketch on the back surface. This sketch, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click the use command, and I'm going to use this top line. I can then close that out and draw 3 lines in to finish off the rectangle for the cutout. Once I have that, I'm going to go to delete segment, and I'm going to delete these 2 segments here and here. That way I have a closed profile to work with. The edge of this is 1, the overall width is 1.5, and the overall depth is 0.5. Once I have that, I'm going to orbit around a little bit just to make sure that I can see everything, and I'll finish my sketch, extrude this piece, and now for this instance I want to say extrude through all, go the other way, and cut the material away. Once I hit the checkbox, I've got my cutout that runs through the top of this piece. The next thing that I need to do is cut the hole in the side, so I'll go ahead and use the hole command. I want to select placement. This is the face that I want the hole to be on, and now I need to pick my offset references, so I'll click here, and holding down Control, I will left click this line and this line to give me my 2 offset distances. From the left edge it is 1.5, from the bottom edge it goes up 1.25. The hole does go through all, and it has a diameter of 1. So I can now hit the checkbox to complete that particular feature, and that is the completed feature for exercise 4-40-1. Now there are many ways to do this one, but the one thing to keep in mind is if you try to draw these angled surfaces in when you create it, you're actually causing yourself a lot more work, when a simple chamfer command will get the job done for you.